Back to the show.
Are we on?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple, as always. Joined by, well, she's never invited. She lives here, but she shows up anyway. It is my wonderful partner, the Baker Meeple. Hello, my dear.
Well, hello, and look I have a new seat today.
I
was
know.
punished and banished to the bedroom.
No, you were not punished and banished to the bedroom. You chose to do that of your own volition, my dear.
Nobody needs to know that.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
in timeout.
banish yourself.
I did banish myself, actually,
Yeah.
yes.
That is very true. Anyway, so welcoming to the stream today is Jamie Sabriel Flez, the creator of the game we're going to be playing today. Hello, Sabriel. How are you?
Hello, how's it going? Thank you for having me on. I'm so excited.
Yeah, glad you asked me to demo your game. I'm really excited. So for those folks who may not know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself and telling a little bit about who you are?
Sure. So yes, I'm Jamie Sabriel Flez. I am an avid board gamer and game designer and game developer. I do a lot of stuff these days. I trimmed it down on my Twitter profile. I'm a queer gamer and community leader. That's how I put it. I moderate a few big Discord servers for board games and all kinds of other stuff. The end.
Short, sweet, and to the point. I love it.
I do a bunch of things.
You do things and stuff. That's what we like to hear.
Yes. Both. Sometimes at once, together.
Nice. See, doing it together now, there's the real skill.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
can do stuff and things, but not necessarily stuff and things.
Yeah, that takes true
One or the
talent.
other.
Let's say hello to everybody in chat. Dino Corgi, welcome in. Totally not named Dan, so I'm just going to call you Bob since you're not named Dan. Pika, welcome in. And of course, Sabriel, you're in the chat too. Welcome everybody. And anybody that might be lurking around, much appreciated.
Yeah.
So before we get started, why don't you tell us what we're playing today, Sabriel?
Absolutely. So we are playing my game Fight Sequence, which is a game about psychics thinking about fighting. So the fights are built in reverse and use psychic powers to manipulate the sequence of actions before it resolves.
I love
All right.
it.
Yeah, sounds fun. Dino Corgi says, did not mention breakdancing. 0-10 intro from Jamie.
Oh my god.
Wow,
I let
0
it
out of
slip.
10. Yikes.
So I've worked a lot of jobs in my life. So many jobs, so many weird jobs. And my very first job was when I was about 10 years old. I would do busking. I would go to like train stations in the city and stuff.
Mhm.
And I would busk as a break dancer.
Okay.
I love it.
That's how I made my very first like spending money to spend on Pokemon cards because I hadn't discovered Magic the Gathering yet.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Dino Corgi just latched onto that.
So I'm guessing if you did it as a street performer, did you make very much, just out of curiosity?
I can't quite recall. I mean, I made a lot for a 10-year-old, definitely.
Okay, that's
I'm
a
an
plus.
ancient dinosaur now, so the amount that I made, when you account for inflation, it's probably even maybe a respectable amount now, maybe.
Enough for a single pack of Pokemon cards, maybe?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of decks, I remember. I bought enough packs that it probably wound up being a box over the course of the summer.
Okay,
That's
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
squandered is what I'm saying.
nah. Well, I think we kind of all did when we were that age. I know whenever I got any kind of money, I'm like, ooh, what can I buy now?
Right, yeah. Chips and soda. I see.
Yeah,
Not saving
exactly.
for my future.
Oh, I can hear that my parents' voice in the back of my head is like, you need to save money. It's not going to burn a hole in your pocket. I'm like, but stuff. I want stuff.
Yeah, my need for stuff is burning a hole in my brain. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's how that balances out.
Yeah. So Dan says Bob is fine, but a lot of people like to call me Dant. Okay, you know what? Dant
like
works. That totally
Dan.
works. Okay, yeah, that works. Not Dan. Dant, I get it.
Yeah.
Donna says, for tax reasons, I will not admit to the amount I made as a breakdancing 10-year-old. Yeah.
It's a secret.
Yeah, the IRS is watching this stream right now, and they're going to audit you all the way back to when you were 10 years old and they want to collect.
Listen, IRS, if you want to collect the money that I made 23 years ago, listen. That's on you.
Yeah.
Have fun finding those records.
Exactly. Welcome in, Zoe Allred. Glad to see you here. Timey, glad to see you as well, my friend. So about your game, Jamie. So is this like, did you make it in kind of like a tribute to games you like to play, or is this kind of like an original idea? Just curious.
It's a mix of a few things. So this is a common origin story for game designers, where it's like, I love most of this game, but there are certain elements I don't quite like, or like I'm looking for a particular experience and I can't quite find it anywhere. So my thing is, I really love the idea of fighting games, specifically ones, not just fighting games, but like, shows, cartoons, movies, where the violence, quote unquote, is like really over the top. It's very egregious. It's not bloody. It's more fantastical.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So less Mortal Kombat and more Super Smash Brothers. That's the kind of vibe that I really like. Whoa.
That totally works. Ooh, that was a follow.
That was a follow.
That was a follow. Moster Rabbits, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, if I guess I should have warned you, Jamie. Yeah, you can totally hear all my alerts. So don't be alarmed.
Well, it's too late for that, but that's fine. I'm young. I'll bounce back quick. I still have the blood of my breakdancing 10-year-old youth.
Fantastic. Yep, there it is. Pika, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
Yay.
Yeah,
I am glad to get more followers, because once we hit 500, I am excited to do my 500 followers stream. A 24-hour time traveling adventure from Stone Age to terraforming Mars. It's going to be great.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like going through the eras in board games. Oh
yeah.
God,
so this is
cool.
this actually was Abby's brainchild. Like, she came up with this idea, and I'm like, oh my god, that is genius. Like, So we've got a lineup of games, and I'll have guests on. If you want to be one of them, you are more than welcome to be one of them.
Yes.
When it happens.
Yes. I play games. Games are a thing that I'm into.
Absolutely. I will have to keep you in mind. But in the meantime, we should get to the game at hand. So I'm going to switch screens here, and
right.
We can kick this off.
Anything about it yet?
No, we got totally engrossed into finding out who you are and getting to know you, which is great, by the way. But
I just want to say, Pika's comment just made my day. Jamie, I'm an ancient dinosaur. Jamie, 5 minutes later. I'm young. I'll bounce back quickly. I love that.
I'm so glad someone caught on to that.
Zero consistency at all.
Listen, if there's one thing you need to know about me, is that it's that.
Thank you, Dino Corgi, for redeeming 5,000 channel points. I would like to see you play this game fight sequence. I mean, now we can hold out. Like how long do we put the pressure on?
I can talk about the inspirations for the game.
Yes.
Well, let me switch screens, and you can totally do that.
So
all right, here we go.
I've always been super into those high fantasy fighting games and shows, kind of a thing, but I have never had the reflexes to play them myself. So I've always wanted to be really good at Super Smash Brothers and other games like that, but I have not had the reflexes and the skills to do so. So
that's fair.
Yeah, so much later on, when I discovered board games, when I was like board games that aren't just Clue and Monopoly, which was between Magic tournament rounds, I found through a friend of mine showed me a game called BattleCon, which is the very first like fighting card game that I've played. And BattleCon is trying to emulate fighting video games. And I was like, that's cool. I can't play fighting video games. Maybe I could play this card game. And it was not the experience that I was looking for. It was a lot of pre-thinking, and then you take the turn and it resolves in like 30 seconds. And half the time you don't get to do anything, because the faster player goes first and you can stun the other person if you damage them enough, which shuts off their turn. And then you think for 15 more minutes because you have perfect information. And I said, this is not quite what I'm after. And then I looked up a few other ones, and I realized another thing about all of these games is that the cast of characters in each of these games is like predominantly white, predominantly fit. And by predominantly, I mean like basically entirely or entirely. And it's very much the women are weird proportions, like unrealistic proportions, bikini armor, and the men are unrealistic proportions, muscle meatheads, and that's like most of the characters in these games. I'm like, where am I in these games? Where am I, this non-binary queerdo? I don't see me anywhere. Where are people that like look realistic? Anywhere, not here. So I decided to make my own game, and the entire cast of characters is queer and diverse and all this other stuff. And the gameplay is snappy, as you'll see soon, Dino Corgi et al.
I'm glad you had to
So,
quantify that.
yeah. And I really wanted a game that captured the sort of tactical, have to adjust your moves as you go feeling of fighting games without all the complex overhead of trying to emulate video games specifically. So I'm trying to more emulate when you're watching a show that has a really slick action scene. And the number one inspiration on that end is the show RWBY, if you're familiar, RWBY.
RWY, okay.
Yeah. So the over the top fight scenes of RWBY are kind of what inspired the design of the characters and the
That's
game as a whole.
Okay, that's a pretty good origin story. I like it.
Heck yeah. And then if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, you're gonna immediately see the big familiar through line, which is this is basically a game made out of the stack from Magic the Gathering.
Okay. So. Yeah, I've played Magic the Gathering, but not enough to be good at it.
I think I played it like once before I was bullied out of the group.
Oh no, bullied.
Yeah,
they were all.
Abby's got a story about that.
I do, but you know what? Looking back, I think it was probably a really good blessing in disguise because they were all very stinky white men and like legitimately stinky. Like the whole apartment just smelled like BO. So maybe it was not like the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Looking back now, I'm still a little bitter, but I'm just like, oh, that's fine. Those are really a lot of smelly boys.
Yeah, that's all good. And welcome into James Brazil. You never have to apologize for being late. Glad you're here anyway, my friend. Always glad to see you. So Dance says, I still think pronouncing W as a U is kind of weird. I mean, I agree. Like, I didn't know how it was pronounced when I first found the show. Like, was it Ruby? Like, was it RWBY? Like, is there like an official pronunciation to that?
Yeah, it is officially Ruby because in the show that's what they say.
Okay.
Even like Ozpin is like, you will be henceforth be known as Team Ruby, led by Ruby. And then Ruby comments on it on a later season when she's talking to her mom's grave, and she's like, yeah, it does get confusing.
That's understandable.
That was very cute.
That's very understandable. I get it.
Yeah. Oh man. The day I can make the fight sequence Ruby set will be the day I die happy.
Oh, there you go. If you get some licensing, now we're talking.
Oh my god. The dream.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Games.
Yeah, let's do this. What do we got here
for this?
Yes.
Are you ready? So we are currently on the screen for the quick demo. I'm going to give you the very official quick demo, the way I do it at conventions and stuff.
Okay.
And this is these are little half-size decks, and you're going to have little mini hands. Before you get to playing, I'm just going to walk you through a full round and then basically sort of reset the game state. You'll see. We'll segue into it in a fun little way. And then if you want, we can chat about what we've seen so far. And then after this little quick demo game, I have 2 characters set up on the next screen so you can play the full game.
Oh, fabulous. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Alrighty. Are y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So, welcome to Fight Sequence, the tactical head-to-head card battler of psychics thinking about fighting. You're going to be building sequences of actions that resolve in reverse order, representing the ebb and flow of this sort of theoretical fight that the 2 psychics are projecting into each other's minds. With this little quick demo game, I'm going to be explaining all the basic rules. And then later on, you'll get to a couple more fancy things and fun strategic things you can do. All right. The way this is going to work is this long... Oh, actually, we need to break down screen top controls.
That we do.
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
very easy. You're basically just going to be doing a lot of clicking and dragging. You ignore Q and D. Don't hit those. You want to hit those in every other thing, but not this one, because if you hit this one, you're going to go flying. You're going to rotate the screen like a wheel. It's
Oh.
going to be wild. What you will need is R for rotating things, or Shift R if you want to rotate it counterclockwise. You hold Shift, hit R, and then hold space over a thing, and that's how you zoom into it. Yeah. And that's basically all you need. In the quick demo, a lot of things get flipped up for you. And I'm going to be doing some flipping too, so don't worry there. This long colored bar is your hand. So when you drag cards in there, they'll flip over for you. And then this shorter colored bar to the right of your deck, that's your discard pile.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just lots of clicking and dragging. All right. So for the quick demo, pretend you have some cards in hand, because you'll each have a hand of cards that you can look at and your opponent can't. But while I'm explaining the rules, I'm just going to be dragging cards from the top of the deck into play and explaining as I go.
All
So sequences are a series of actions built by both players. You build one sequence every round, essentially. And here are what some cards look like. As a quick little disclaimer, all of this art is final art, basically, with some minor edits are going to happen, but the graphic design is still the prototype version. I'm still waiting on the final graphics. So this is my handiwork on the graphics, and it will be more clear and fancy at some point, someday. All right, so here are the first two actions in our sequence. Each card is an action. These are attacks, and if you want to follow along with what I'm teaching, you can see the on your turn thing down here. I'm going to be explaining each of the three things you can do on your turn in order. And then below there, if you need to reference the rules, or above the on your turn up here in the upper right. You can check those out, zoom in on those, and that's all the rules of the game are on those 4 cards. Well, 5 cards if you see that on your turn.
Dino Corky says, I aspire to be half as coherent as Jamie with my game intros. You know what? Dino Corky, you have explained like important questions to me so many times. Like, I swear you're reading from a script. It's so good. So I think you're just being too hard on yourself.
We are our own harshest critics.
Exactly.
All right, so these 2 cards are our first 2 actions in the sequence, and these are both attacks. Attacks are played upright, like so. If they were sideways like this, they would be responses, and I'll go over those soon. Responses are how you defend yourself against attacks. When an attack resolves in the sequence, it's going to deal damage to your opponent, equal to its power. That's the number here in the orange explodey bit. So pressure has 4 power. When it resolves, it deals 4 damage to Joe, which looks like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So your deck is not only your resources that you are drawing from, it is also your health.
Oh, okay.
The way that you win the game is when your deck is empty, you're going to flip this card over, and now you have entered the finale. So you refill your hand from your discard pile. You flip your discard pile face down, you shuffle it, refill your hand with it, and then the next time you take any damage, you lose.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
So that is how to win the game. You deal damage to your opponent when their deck is already empty. The attack that activates the finale for your opponent cannot also defeat them. So if you have 1 card in your deck and you take 5 damage, you lose the 1 card, you do the finale thing, and then you have to get hit 1 more time for at least 1
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
In order to build an attack into the sequence, you have to look at the thing that's in the most recent action slot, pressure in this case, and you have to match or exceed the speed with the attack that you are trying to build. So pressure has, speed is the number in the blue circle in the upper left. So pressure has 30, speed downswing has 20. Speed is always a multiple of 10, between 10 and 60. So there are 6 possible speeds, and a higher number is faster. So if you want to build an attack here, Joe, the speed has to be 30 or higher because it has to match or exceed. The last thing I want to explain before I move on to the next card in the deck is the attack type. That is the icon in the gray panel that's below the power. Pressure has a purple lotus, which means it's a magical attack. Downswing has a blue hammer, which means it's a physical attack. The primary thing that pertains to is what responses work against it. And this is going to be a little clearer when I get the fancy graphic design, but for now it's color-based. I know that's not perfect for everyone, but essentially purple responses work on purple things, blue responses work on blue things. And they do have different icons, but the icons will be much better in the fancy version. All right, so I've explained those. Now, the other thing about attacks is that I have messed up and because I didn't put these back on top. Tee-hee-hee, one moment. La, la, la. There we go. Alrighty. I promise this is a scripted demo and I know what I'm doing.
You are fine. You are doing fine.
All right, so this is the next attack in the sequence. If you take a look at this one, you can see this one has a text effect under the art. It has a blue hourglass. It has an hourglass on the left, and the whole ability is rimmed in blue. That means it's a timed effect. Just like everything else in the game, timed effects resolve when we get there in the sequence, when we're resolving, keeping in mind that everything resolves in reverse order. So Flare says +2 power if your opponent has a magical attack in the sequence. And look at that. Oh, your opponent does, in fact, have a magical attack in the sequence. So when Flare goes to resolve, it does that check. It says, oh, hey, yeah, it's here. So now I have 5 power. That's cool. I love 5 power. 5 power is great. The thing about Fight Sequence is that you aren't just building sequences, you're also using your psychic powers to manipulate them to your advantage.
Okay.
So there are 2 kinds of text effects. There's the timed effect, and then there's this one with the lightning bolt on the left, and the whole ability is rimmed in red. That's an immediate effect. Those happen as soon as the attack is built into the sequence. Its immediate effect will go off. And shifting is the primary way to mess with your opponent's plans here. So with a shift, you're going to choose a target within range. The card itself is range 0. The adjacent thing is range 1. So in this case, Flare would be range 1, Pressure is range 2, and so on. And then you move the target left or right up to 1 space in the sequence. So by playing Divert, you can target the Flare, move it over here, and then if you take a look at the text under Flare's text effect, it says actions only stay in the sequence until they resolve. What that means is that once an action is done resolving, it moves to the discard. So if the sequence were to resolve like this, Divert will deal its 3 damage, go away. Pressure will deal its 4 damage, go away. And then Flare is looking for an opponent's magical attack and doesn't find it because they all already happened, so it only deals 3 damage.
Okay.
Sneaky, sneaky.
That is very sneaky.
That's
All right.
terrible.
So that's everything to know about attacks. Any questions before I move on to responses?
I think we're good. Think we're good so far.
Good so far.
Yeah, if anybody in chat has questions, feel free to ask, and we will definitely get to them.
Yes, barrage me with questions. They fuel my soul force.
If it goes smoothly, it's neither a demo nor fun.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Moscow Rabbits. Thank you for that follow before.
Perfect. I feel so much better now. Thank you. All right. So that's everything to know about attacks. And now responses. So responses look like this. You play the card sideways like so. First, I'll go over the rules on how to build responses. It's very easy. You always can. Any response on any card can always be built into the sequence. They do not care about speed at all. If you'll look here, if you'll note, Blast is slower than Divert, so you cannot build it as an attack here. But that doesn't matter for responses because you can just always respond. The flip side is that they also don't care about speed in the other direction. The speed of any response is 0 once it's in the sequence. So when you respond, you are defending yourself and you can always respond, but then you reset the speed for your opponent. And you're taking turns one at a time. So they get the first chance at the new speed of wide open, and they could play a 10 speed, a 60 speed, or anything in between. So that's how to build a response. Now, what the heck does this response do? It has spiky purple thing +3. The spiky purple thing is the icon for resistance. I have the resistance, and then I have armor, which is the blue shield +3. You could see it on downswing.
Okay.
They do the same thing, but for physical versus magical attacks. So when this response resolves, you get the corresponding token. So you now have 3 resistance. Tokens are things you hold on to until the end of the sequence. So what this means, this 3 resistance, it means anytime Joe would take magical damage this sequence, reduce it by the amount of resistance that is held. So if the sequence were to resolve like this, you get the 3 resistance first, and then Divert tries to deal you 3 magical, 3 purple damage. So all of it is stopped by the token. And then pressure tries to deal you 4, and 3 of it is stopped. So you only take 1 damage instead of 7
Oh,
from
okay.
those 2 cards.
That makes sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The only thing that this +3 does, the armor and resistance, all they do is reduce damage. And then between sequences, you discard all your tokens if you're holding any. The other common response is the block. It looks like this. There's an M for the magical and a P for the physical, and of course the color coding as well. A block only works on the adjacent thing, and only if it is your opponent's thing. And what it does is, it checks if it's the same color, and if so, it discards it from the sequence. It doesn't matter if it's an attack or response. So if this was played as blast, or as this response, they're both purple, which means the purple block can stop either. You can even stop a purple block with your own purple block. So you can block a block. The thing about it is that they don't have range at all. So if this response was down here, there's an action in between, and you wanted to block it, you can't, because it's only looking at the adjacent thing when it goes to resolve.
Okay.
All right.
There are 2 other responses that are less frequent. One looks like an immediate effect, like a slightly outdated immediate effect. There's less red, but there is the lightning bolt, and it's a long range shift, and you draw a card immediately, and then it does nothing when it resolves. And then the 4th one is extra fancy, and I'll go over that later. Any questions about responses before I move on to the 3rd and final thing you can do on your turn?
Nothing yet, but just saying hi to Hibiki Sayo. Welcome in. They say this game is awesome. I'm liking it so far. This is really fun.
I'm super pumped for this.
I just need my Ruby crossover. Hey, Saber's working on it. Trying to get that license.
Yeah. We just mentioned that. I was wondering if you were in the chat to hear that, but now I see that you are.
That's awesome. Yeah, welcome in. Dino Corgi says, I heard you like blocks, so I blocked your block with my blocky block. That'd be a heck of a sequence.
That is a thing that can and in fact probably will happen at some point.
Nice. Can't wait.
All right, so we've gone over attacks, we've gone over responses. Those are the 2 things that build sequences.
Okay.
The 3rd of 3 things you can do on your turn is to pass. Passing does a few things. First, it just says you don't want to play anything this turn. It doesn't lock you out of the sequence in general. So if you pass and I play an attack, you can attack, respond, or pass. The exception to this is if the sequence is full. If you take a look at the resolve reference arrow thingy over here, it's pointing to the 9th action slot. So if there are already 9 actions, it is your turn, but you must pass because you can't build more than 9 actions in a sequence.
Okay.
Whenever you pass, you draw 1 card instead of playing a card.
Okay.
The first player to pass in each sequence, so Joe's going to pass now. Joe has no cards in hand. Joe has to pass because we're pretending those 3 cards are already in Joe's hand. So Joe is passing here, drawing a card, grabs initiative, because this is the first time someone has passed this sequence. So Joe has initiative now. What that means is that next sequence, Joe must play a card as the first action in a sequence. Can't pass. You have initiative, you are playing the first thing in the new sequence. Once you do that, you discard initiative, and then whoever passes first in the next sequence will have initiative for the following one.
Okay.
And then there's one more thing about passing. Oh, right, the most important thing. The way that we know we're done playing cards and building the sequence, and we move on to resolving, is when there are 2 passes in a row. So if you pass and I attack, you can attack, respond, or pass. But if you pass and I pass, no more playing cards, resolve the whole sequence, starting with the thing that was built most recently. Moving on to the thing that was built first, because it all resolves in reverse.
So I'm guessing that might be a strategic thing to do a double pass then.
Might be. If your opponent passes trying to find cards, and you're like, I think I'm okay with this sequence resolving like this, you might just pass instead of trying to play more.
Interesting.
Okay, that is interesting.
Things.
And welcome in, Elval. Glad you're working while you're supposed to be doing homework.
Welcome.
So get that homework done, but feel free to keep us on in the background.
Yeah, I promise fight sequence is at least 5% more fun than the homework.
At least.
At least.
Alrighty, so back to going through passing. All right, so you passed, you draw a card, because you draw a card whenever you pass. You also get initiative because you passed first this sequence. All right, and now we have pass over here. All right, so that's 2 passes in a row, and now we're going to resolve the sequence, starting with the thing most recently played. So this magical block is looking at the thing next to it and says, "Hey, are you an opponent's magical thing of any kind? You are. Get out of here, thing. You get discarded." And now I'm done resolving, so I get discarded. Hooray! So now Divert is going to deal 3 damage to Joe. Go 1, 2, 3. And now this Pressure is going to deal 4 damage to Joe. But wait, remember when I said there was that extra fancy response that I was going to explain later? Later is now, and now I'm going to explain it. So the 4th kind of response, which is rare but very cool, is the willpower response. The way willpower works is that if you play it in the sequence and resolve it, it also gives you a token, the way Armor and Resistance gives you a token, but it's a one-shot token. If you take a look at it, it says, ignore the next instance of damage you would take, then discard this token. So instead of stopping a set amount, it stops all of the damage you would take the next time you would take damage. From physical or magical, but then you discard the token. If you're still holding the token between sequences, you discard it then as well, because you never save tokens. The special thing about willpower, and the reason why the response looks so fancy in your hand, is that it is the only thing in the game that can interrupt the resolution of a sequence. At any point while a sequence is resolving, you can discard a willpower from your hand to resolve it and get that token. So you're about to take 4 damage from Pressure. You say, I'm going to discard this willpower, actually, get the token, and now the 4 damage is all absorbed by this token. It's basically a one-time shield.
Ooh,
okay.
So you just take no damage there, at the cost of discarding the willpower from your hand. And now, like we discussed before, because of the sequence manipulation, Flare is just going to deal 3 damage because it's not finding an opponent's magical attack, because all of Abby's magic attacks already happened. So Abby takes 3 here. 1, 2, 3. And then, looks like Abby's about to take 5, unless Abby were to discard a willpower.
Yeah.
Hint.
Yeah, that would definitely be what I would do.
That's a thing that would happen.
If only you had a willpower in your hand to discard Abby.
Oh,
This is where you take over now.
Where's the discard? Is it this file?
So the big long bar is your hand.
Oh, except we switched. I'm pink and
Oh,
Abby's blue.
you switched seats. Oh, you switched seats. I'm so sorry. I forgot that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
So I'm not going to take 5 damage.
All right, so Abby, you're just Joe in my head now.
You know what? That's
I'm just
fine.
calling you opposite names.
Yeah. So
I've
I'm not
responded
taking
to
anything.
Joe, so I'm like, that's
Great.
fine.
Perfect. For those watching at home, they were in the opposite seats until about 4 minutes before we went live. So I promise it made sense.
You know what, Jamie? I thought you knew what you were doing, so I just let it go.
I also thought I knew what I was doing.
I was just like, no, it makes sense because I forgot that I was teal, and so I was like, oh yeah, I'm pink because that's my default color for board games. And then I was
There
like,
it is.
just kidding.
It's
That's
all
not me.
It's all good.
Listen, the secret to life is that none of us know what we're doing, so I'm already over it.
Ooh, we are getting
Joe,
raided.
Ooh, yay.
Ooh, Amanda Panda, thank you for the raid. Let's jump back up to the top screen here real quick and say hello to our raiders. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Hello. For those that don't know me, I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple. I am joined by my wonderful partner, the Baker Meeple, and joining us today is Jamie Sabriel Flez, showing us their game Fight Sequence. If you want to introduce yourself again, Jamie, for the raiders.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm Jamie Sabriel Flez. I do a lot of things in board game world. I am a queer game designer, developer, playtester, and community leader.
It's a sight gag. I got.
There's a shout out going on.
I'm gonna do a couple of things here. I'm gonna increase the pun counter, and then I'm banning Gameritis guy.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
That's a recent clip.
All right.
But anyway, welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for that raid.
Oh, that's a shame. Next time you need to get some cookies.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, welcome in. I know Amanda Panda was painting some minis with Ella Fire Spray and Anna Maria, so they were having a wonderful time today. I can't even talk. I'm stepping on my own words. Welcome in, everybody. Board Game Spam, Anna Maria. Welcome in, Ella Fire Spray. Thank you so much. So sorry for the interrupt there, Jamie, but
oh, no,
obviously had to say hello to the raiders. So let's get back to the game, and you can continue the teach.
Sweet, yeah. It took me a second to catch up with like what in the universe was happening, but I'm here now and I'm ready to go. All right.
No
So
worries.
so where we left off, you declined to take 5 damage so nicely by discarding a willpower from your hand. The one little cheaty code for what you can do while a sequence is resolving. So that is basically all the rules of the game now, except one little thing, which is what happens between sequences. So what you do is discard any tokens that you have, which is the armor, the resistance, and any willpower you didn't use. And then you draw back up to your character's hand size, which in this case is 4. So you're just dragging 4 cards from your deck into your hand zone, such that you have a fresh hand of 4 cards for the next sequence. And now is the
Okay.
time where I leave it to you.
Oh,
I trust
no.
you now with the
Oh,
controls.
no.
The
We're-
training
we're-
wheels have come off.
we're trusted. Oh boy. Well, except for one thing, like Abby's got a bunch of extra damage because you thought I was her.
You both actually have exactly 7 damage.
Oh, well, that works
So-
out perfectly.
Did
Yeah.
you not see the 7 and 13?
Oh, you know what?
Gosh.
It's like it's scripted. Don't mind me.
Oh,
All right, so, I guess now we
almost
get to
like I
do
did
the
that on
thing.
purpose. Hee hee. So yeah, just go ahead and draw 4 cards, and then I'll move on to
All
the
right.
next thing. All right, cool. Abby
Okay.
has their 4, and now I'm doing a quick little cheaty thing. Don't mind me. Just
I see
shuffling your
nothing.
discards back into your deck.
I saw
Here we
nothing.
go. All right.
Yeah, I saw
Alrighty, so
absolutely
now-
nothing.
Y'all are ready to play, and yeah, okay, right. Colors. Abby, you have initiative, not Joe. Abby, you have initiative because you passed first.
Ooh,
in the
thank you for the
example.
hydrate. Much appreciated. Go ahead and drink up if you got it.
Oh my god. Hydrate or dihydrate. Choose wisely.
Exactly.
yes.
All right. So yes, Abby, you have initiative. So you're playing the first card in this sequence. I've reset your deck, so you have 16 health. You have the exact same deck of 20 cards, and I am here to help/berate you as you may or may not get things right or wrong.
Oh, we're getting rated
Beautiful.
again.
Rating
Ooh,
Oh,
from
again.
Raina.
boy.
Hello. All right, back up to the top screen. Let's say hello to Raina and everybody. We'll get to this game
And
eventually, I
again.
swear. But anyway, welcome in, Raina. Thank you so much for the raid. I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple, joined by my wonderful co-host, the Baker Meeple, and joined by Jamie Sabriel Flez, the designer of Fight Sequence, a game that we're about to play. So, Jamie, one more time if you want to introduce yourself.
One more time. I'm Jamie Sabriel Flez, a queer game designer, developer, playtester, and community leader. And we are playing my game about queer psychics thinking about fighting.
Awesome. Yeah, we just went through the teach. It seems really, really awesome. Of course, a shout out for Raina because she is so awesome. What were you doing today,
Thanks,
Raina?
Raina.
I mean, I feel that.
Yeah.
That right there. That
I
was it.
totally-
I love it.
That was a great clip. I don't even know what was going on there, but that was perfect.
I felt it in my soul, though.
Oh my god.
That was so awesome. But yeah, welcome
That's a
in,
great
Raina.
voicemail.
Yeah.
Yes, like-
Right?
Right? Yeah, let us know what you were doing today. Hopefully you had a wonderful stream. Back to the game. Here we go. All right, so we just left off with the teach. Jamie's letting us now be dangerous because I think we know what we're doing, hopefully. And Abby gets to go
We
first.
shall see, in fact.
I did.
Yeah, let's see. Oh,
did it.
Abby did a thing. I'm proud of you.
I
did a
did
thing.
a thing.
All right. How do I answer that?
Should I beatbox some battle music while you think?
You know what? You offered, so now you have to. I love it. Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. Oh, that is great. Okay, so you said the timing has to be equal to or greater, correct?
Equal to or greater speed, yes. You
Okay.
could not play a 10 speed attack here, but you could play a 20 speed or higher.
Emotional damage.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. I guess so.
More
I mean,
things.
I mean, this is psychic fighting, so that would be definitely true.
Oh my gosh. There's so many possibilities.
I
on the
know.
Twitch stream.
So many.
Listen,
Ooh.
why did you have to do that?
Because I had to.
That
to
was
defend myself.
unnecessary.
No, it wasn't. It was perfect.
No, it was not.
Yeah, and sorry about that, Hibiki. I have links blocked, so if you want to send a link, just whisper it to me here on Twitch, and I'll check it out before it goes out into chat.
Ooh. Wise.
Uh,
Hibiki can't be trusted. I'm kidding, of course. We know each other. We know each other from before this stream. In case
Fair
you're
enough.
wondering, I don't just harass all the randos. Only the randos I know.
All right.
I mean, I would just be like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
person, man.
Gross.
They
Yeah.
look seedy. And by that, I just mean, on Twitch.
They look seedy. By that, I mean they're a tree.
Exactly.
the more you know.
my
That was
God.
very perfectly timed. I appreciate that. Thank you,
That was
Pika.
real.
That was perfectly timed. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
Oh, Abby, what are you doing to me?
What? It's just
Plain.
a little shock.
It's a little shock.
It's no big deal.
Whoops, not
Yeah.
that one.
What are you doing? What are you
I did not mean to rotate that one.
doing?
Yeah, that's the funny thing about Screen Top is whatever you have clicked last,
I know,
you
I
still
forgot.
have selected.
I know, I forgot
And
to
you gotta
select
click a new
something new.
Yeah.
That's just like, what are we doing, friendo?
Yeah,
By the way,
that's
I
not
forgot
what
to
I meant to
explain this
happen.
during the demo. Oh, sorry. Nope. Yeah, I forgot to explain this during the demo.
Okay.
But we are building a zigzag with these actions for two reasons. This is canonical in the game. You build zigzags on the table for two reasons. One, it makes it much easier to see whose action is whose, and two, it looks rad.
It does look fantastic. I
really
love
like
the zigzag. It's really
Yeah.
easy to to tell who's doing what.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's not like, did I play that? Did you play? Who played that card? Because I don't remember what I did like last round. So I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah, we're trying to make it real easy. That's the plan. When I get the fancy graphic design, all the characters' cards are going to look different. Very excited, but that is a ways away, unfortunately.
I
All
really
right.
just love the art.
I am gonna have to pass.
All right. So since you're first to pass in this sequence, you have initiative for next sequence.
Okay.
And I can still play, right?
You can. You still have to
Whoop.
follow speed rules, but turns out you can.
I can. I did
Mhm.
it.
Oh, you did do a thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to punch your face in, or think about punching your face in.
Right.
You're so violent. How dare you?
I know.
Almost like this is a fighting
Oh,
game.
I hate this. I
Right?
have to pass again. This is bull.
I mean, I'll pass.
All right. So
Alright.
whenever you pass, you draw a card. So go ahead, draw a card now. All right, and
Woohoo.
since that's 2 passes in a row, now we resolve the sequence. And by we, I mean now you resolve the sequence. And I will look on.
Game rightist guy. Abby wants to punch Joe's face in. I arrived at a good time, I see. Yeah, I mean, if there's not one sort of
Amanda
threat
right
to
at-
violence.
And Amanda right after it saying, "I love it." No, I am not a glutton for punishment. Whoever started that rumor needs to like squash it.
But yet I'm still here every time harassing you. So
Which is so
There-
good.
there's that.
Also, Dino Corgi reminds us that you can hold spacebar on something to zoom into it.
Yeah, so I'm actually on my laptop, which isn't the computer streaming, so I can't actually zoom in on cards.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
will be
didn't.
zoomed in on ever.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that because I forgot that that's a thing that Screen Top does. So that is completely my fault. So I apologize to everybody.
Should be sorry.
I know. I didn't even think of that.
It's all good. All right. So we have the 2 passes. We go ahead and resolve now. Do you need me to guide you through resolving the sequence, or
No,
do you
I
wanna
think-
take the reins yourself?
I think we got this.
All right.
Mhm.
Let's
All
see
right. Okay. So I guess the first card resolves. I guess I'm taking 1 damage,
it. Mm-hmm.
and then I'm taking another 2 for that next card.
Yep.
All right, and then we got the block, which means that shock does not happen.
Correct.
All right, and then they both get discarded.
Yep. The
Okay.
block discards it out of the sequence before it resolves.
Okay, and then yikes! I'm taking another 4 damage because no, that's my card. Abby's taking 4 damage.
Yes. Abby's taking 4 damage, and it does another thing.
Return
you can't
any...
zoom in. You might not be able to read it.
Well, I can zoom in for myself. I just can't zoom in on the stream. So return any action. Return an action of any kind other than this action. So I could return her action.
Yes, returning is you take it from the sequence and you put it in the hand of the person who played it.
All right. So yeah, I'm not taking that 4 damage. Forget that.
Mm-hmm.
That is rude.
All right. You have successfully resolved the sequence, and now that we're between sequences, you would discard any tokens you have, if you had any, and you both draw until you have 4 cards in hand.
Oh, and I already have 4. How convenient.
You already have 4.
Yes, heart of the cards indeed. Ooh, and I get to kick this thing off. Fantastic. All right, what do I want to do?
The world is your burrito.
It is.
Don't waste this opportunity.
All right, let's start with that.
All right.
Why'd you have to start with that?
Because I wanted to. So yep, so starting with a flare, and you're answering with a downswing. Okay.
Nice try, but that's actually too slow.
Yeah, it's too slow. It's too slow. You
Oh,
can't play
dang it,
it.
that's a 20.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I meant to grab the one next to it.
That one is not
a
too slow.
lunge. Yeah, that works.
It just barely sneaks in.
Yeah, let's see.
I love this game so stinking much already.
All right, we're gonna do.
Oh my gosh, you didn't even finish the demo game.
Yeah, I didn't even.
No,
I am
already
so
a fan.
into this.
Yeah, I'm already a fan. This is so good. I love it.
Excellent. All right. Wait, before you play a card, Abby, we have an immediate effect here. So Tremor has an immediate effect. Shift range 2.
Ah, that's true. So, okay, so then I would get to shift a card 2 spaces.
So you can target anything within 2 spaces, and then whatever card you target, you move up to 1 space to the left or right. So no matter the range of the shift, it will only ever move a card 1 slot. So basically switches places with one of its neighbors. But the range refers to how far away you can target a thing.
Okay, so I could essentially swap the flare and the lunge.
Yes. You could also swap the lunge and the tremor.
No, I will do the lunge and the flare.
Alrighty.
Because that's that's awesome.
All right. Speaking of immediate effects, we have one on Ice Blast.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I think can't have that one back.
Yeah, return an attack other than Ice Blast.
Okay.
All right. Whenever there's a little gap in the sequence, everything just slides down to fill in the gap. And in the paper version of the game, the board is, I forgot to show you this. You can use this. It's a double-sided thing. You can put it in the same column as the 5th or 7th action. So you don't have to keep counting every time. Because it's important to know who has the 9th action.
Oh, that's nifty.
Yeah, and because of the variable, physical length of sequences, both because of the number of actions and the number of responses, there isn't a board or a mat or anything. The board, quote unquote, is these 3 cards.
Okay.
5th, 7th action to build the resolve. So you can always just move them.
Thank you for the lurk, Amanda. Enjoy dinner, but before you go, you know the rule. You got to tell us what you're eating.
Ooh, what are you eating?
Abby keeps getting that intense. This game has my brain on fire.
All right, so
I'm glad you think I have a brain dino, Courtney. That makes me feel real special.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and be a butt, and I'm going to Ice Blast or Ice Blast.
Ooh, you actually cannot Blast and Ice Blast.
Really?
Did you read
that's
the card?
Right. Oh, duh, that's right.
It says
So put it
return
back
an
there.
attack other than Ice Blast.
Oh, that's lame. Well, then put it back there. Still doing it.
Almost like I worded it that way on purpose to prevent infinite loops.
Right.
Almost.
Oh, lame.
Like, no.
I protest. Let's see. Panda's having Danko stir fry. That sounds tasty.
Ooh.
Dan says the best part.
Is that panko but dank?
Oh, I might be
That's
panko. Did she
super
mistype
cool
that?
panko?
I've never heard of Danko.
That was my first. I was like, is that like dank panko? Like, what makes it dank? Now I have questions.
Yeah, see, I agree with Pika. Infinite loops are fun. You know, it's not kind of a
gosh.
handful of ice blasts.
I
Oh, white turnip. Okay,
will-
didn't know that's what it was called. Thank you, Amanda.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, CBD makes it dank.
Yeah, infinite loops are fun until they happen to you.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm
too true.
going to
All right,
pass.
Abby. So you get to do a thing. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
did.
pass.
Passing. You have initiative this sequence because you were first to pass. Technically, we'd be if we were on top of it, we'd be moving the initiative back over here so we could keep track of if it's been claimed or not. But
No, but
we're
why
having
would
too much fun.
why
so
would
I'm
we
over
do
it.
why would we do silly things like that?
Why would we do things?
All right, Abby. So I'm punching you in the face. What do you want to do?
That is rude.
I know it is a little bit.
Oh, listen, Linda. You and I are gonna have problems here.
No, we are not gonna have problems here.
Oh, I think we're gonna have problems here. I'm gonna scoot that a little bit.
Ooh, so we are. So
Okay.
you're blocking. That makes sense.
Listen,
Ooh, specifically not blocking. Important because block.
Oh,
is a
that's right. No,
specific
that's
thing.
right. That's she's getting an armor token. That's what that is.
Yeah.
yeah, because you're gonna kick my face in.
That I am going to do that. That is the thing that's going to happen.
I'm gonna pass again.
Yep, and then I will do the same because I have no cards.
Alrighty, resolve that sequence.
All right.
Oof.
Okay, so Abby's taken. Ooh, there is another magical attack in the sequence of an opponent.
Yes.
So that one is
So it
5.
looks like 5. Unless Abby had a willpower to discard.
Abby does have a willpower to discard.
Oh,
and they absolutely will be.
Oh, what?
Boom!
Tee-hee.
What?
Oh, but you do actually have to discard it.
Discard.
Please prove it to Joe that you
Yeah,
have the
prove
willpower.
that you have the willpower to discard.
Right here. Well.
Oh, I mean, you have
No,
to
from
discard
your
the card.
hand. You have to discard the willpower from your hand.
I mean, I have this card. Does that count?
Yep.
Here, I'll just set it
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, you have to
Exactly.
discard it. And now I can do
I
this.
You
discarded.
get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right.
Oh my God! Rest in peace, Gene Wilder.
Yes,
Ooh,
absolutely. All
what a
right.
phenomenal actor.
All right, so you blocked my attack very well. All right, so
All right.
then Abby gets her token.
Yep. Get that token off here to the right.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
worries. All
Okay,
right.
so
This
that's
resolves, so it
so
gets
that's
discarded.
done.
Perfect.
All right, and then that gets completely blocked because that's 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. 3
And
damage
then-
stopped by 3 armor.
Yep,
Well, 3 physical damage
Yep.
specifically.
yep, but she's taking the full magical ice blast right there for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am taking the same,
Mm-hmm.
and that gets discarded. And then that gets completely absorbed.
Yep.
And then, shoot, I'm taking 4. What?
Mm-hmm.
Did not plan that out very well. All right.
Good.
Yay, next round.
All right. So yes, you both draw back up until you have 4 cards in hand and discard your tokens. So this is where you lose the armor.
Yeah, no armor for you. Board Game Bree, hello. Glad to see you, my friend. I hope all is
Hi.
well.
Hi, Bree.
Oh, do we think Amanda was trying to say daikon?
No, she was not saying
I-
Daiko. She was saying Danko, white turnip.
Yeah, I thought daikon was a white turnip.
No, Daikon is a radish.
Daikon is radish.
Yeah, Daikon is a
Oh.
radish.
Because I tried to Google it and nothing was popping up because I'm genuinely curious what a danko radish.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
dank
it's a dank. Yeah, it's a dank radish. All right, Abby, what are you
It's a
gonna
radish
do?
with a CBD core.
Yeah, I was like,
It's so good.
huh.
All
we're
right.
going
On to sequence 3.
that one.
Okay, so a little.
All right.
That's a little-
I moved initiative. I did it. I'm so proud of us.
Yay!
I'm happy for you. That is
We
awesome.
remembered.
Dank radish is
Dadish.
Yep.
Radish? Kind of like that joke, huh?
Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Okay. Let's see.
I like
What am
this
I?
joke too.
Yeah, right. So good. Let me see now. I think I should do a thing. I'm definitely going to do a thing, and that thing is that.
All right.
I gotta do that.
Because.
Oh,
Oh, that's nasty.
Prepare to be disappointed.
Oh, James Brazil has redeemed a dad joke. Oh, all right. So I gotta find y'all a dad joke to tell. And I always have a couple in my repertoire here.
Oh, love it.
But before I get to the dad joke, I need to not take a blast to the face.
Fair.
Where's your sense of fun?
I know where my sense of fun is, and that ain't it.
What do you mean? Getting blasted in the face is not your sense of fun?
No, it is not. It is definitely
Confirmed.
not.
Joe hates water gun fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
All right, so James, this one's for you, my friend. The genie granted me one wish, so I said I just want to be happy. Now I'm living in a cottage with 6 dwarves and working in a mine.
I was gonna say if that did not go to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I was gonna be really disappointed, but not in a good way.
So good.
Excellent.
All right, is it back to me?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, missile.
I missiled you in the face.
You did missile me in the face. How dare
Right.
you?
Joe, do you believe in magic?
I do believe in magic.
You believe in the magic missile?
Yeah, I fire it into the darkness.
All right.
Oh, blocking my stuff. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Action
That's
is
how I
happening
roll.
here. Actions are happening.
I'm gonna pass.
Yep. Yep.
This
we
is almost
both.
assuredly the final sequence, but
Yeah.
you do get initiative just in case. Just in case. All right. And now let's resolve it.
All right. So Abby takes a big 4 damage to the face.
Oh, look
All
at
right.
that was all my damaged.
So that
Yeah.
explodes your deck, and now you're going to flip this card over. You have activated the finale on your side because your deck is empty. So if you double click the discard pile, you see you have all 15 selected. That's the number up top. Now hit F and you flip them all over. Now hit Z and you shuffle them. Alrighty. Now click off so you aren't highlighting all 15 now. And now draw up to 4 cards from there. So you draw up until you have your hand size.
Okay.
Alrighty. And now the next time you take damage, you lose.
All right. So.
Actually, when you passed, Joe, you should do the same thing.
Oh,
Your deck
okay.
is also empty.
All right.
So the next person to deal any damage.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, you want to double click the deck.
All
There we
right,
go.
cool.
Perfect.
Aw,
Then-
dang it, Bobby.
Yep, I think I've gotten you though.
Oh wait, no, because I blocked you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you blocked it.
So,
Yeah.
So right here, we're at the block.
Yep. So that
The block
blocks.
gets rid of this thrust.
Oh wait, no, that's your card.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put it in the discard
there
pile
we
so you
go.
don't get confused.
Okay.
All right, and now this missile is happening.
No, it isn't.
The missile gets willpowered.
Oh!
Dun dun dun. All right, so we keep going. We keep
Yeah.
going. That missile gets ignored.
Yep. So that goes there. This goes here.
Yep. Blast gets blocked. Blast
Yep.
gets discarded. Now we're looking at this
Yep.
downswing. Is the
Yeah,
downswing going to do it?
Yeah, it's a downswing going to do it, Abby. Do you have a willpower?
I do.
Dun, dun, dun.
are you serious?
More drama.
Ah.
All right.
All right.
And now it's time for Gale Force. Joe, do you have another willpower?
I do not have another willpower.
All right.
Oh, Abby pulled it off.
On the final sequence.
Oh, unbelievable. What?
And Abby drew that willpower off of the drawing
Yep.
the 3 cards from the finale.
Oh, unbelievable. But you know what?
Fantastic end.
This actually works out perfectly because Abby actually needs to get ready to go. So we actually ended
I
at the
do.
perfect time. Like, this is absolutely
That's
perfect.
beautiful.
right at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, all
What
right.
timing.
Yep. So let's
You're so
head
good.
let's
You're
head
so
back
good
up
at
to
this.
the main screen here. And
All
so
right.
that is a fight sequence. That was an amazing game, Jamie. Like I thoroughly
So
enjoyed that.
much
Really
fun.
good.
Oh my gosh. Thanks.
So-
That's so exciting.
So where in the development cycle are you? Like, are you close to like going to crowdfunding, or are you trying to pitch this
Yeah.
to somebody? Like tell us what's in the future.
So pitching is like tertiary, or I guess secondary. If there's only two paths in crowdfunding, and it's like self-publish or pitch to publishers. I am pitching to a couple of publishers. There's one publisher that is huge, that's very interested, but I haven't heard back yet because they're huge and they have a lot on their plate. They really just need to hire like 5 more people, but they haven't yet. But in the meantime, I am just assuming that I am self-publishing, and basically the thing that I'm waiting on. So in terms of the mechanics development, the core mechanics are done. The rules are done. The demo done. I'm making slight changes to the character decks, which we didn't even talk about yet. But so you saw there was a bunch of different characters on the art, and like any good fighting game, you can choose from a roster of characters. And each
Oh,
character has
fantastic.
I love
a different
it.
deck, a different play style, different complexity levels, different mechanics, stuff like that. And so the sets of fight sequence are designed to have 6 decks. And the first deck is called the Academy deck, which is 40 cards, and you split it in half to make the quick demo. That's what you just played.
Okay.
So in the
Okay.
full game, you have 40-ish card decks and 4 to 6 card hands, and you have 2 copies of every card in your deck. So if someone has a 40 card deck, they have 2 copies each of 20 different cards, which makes the deck as health less annoying, because if you mill a card you really wanted to see, you can still draw the other copy, or you might draw both or 0 copies. So every set of fight sequence, we're looking at 6 decks, which is 1 academy and then 5 characters.
Oh, nice.
As far as where I am in the development process, the academy deck is done. The art is almost done. The characters, like mechanically, are almost done. I need to still write a bunch of the lore stuff and backstory for the characters. It's in my head. I just need to put it out onto paper. And then the big thing that I'm waiting for is the graphic design. And I have a very talented and experienced graphic designer who is also swamped with stuff. So progress has been slightly slow, but she's done like 50 plus board games at this point. She did all of
that's
Smash Up
awesome.
and all of Mystic Vale and
Ooh,
all
see.
of,
Oh wow.
Oh, so you,
yeah.
so you got a heavy hitter there for your graphic
Yes,
design.
I
I
have
like
a heavy
it.
hitter as the graphic designer. Yeah, what
That's
you all saw
awesome.
is just all that's 100% me. None of that is the fancy graphic design that Callie Fitzgerald is her name.
Okay. So did you do all the art as well, or did somebody else do that?
No, I hired an artist. Her name is Floor, and she's incredible.
The art is like
yeah,
I'm not
it's
gonna lie.
it's adorable.
It is. Joe was like, "Oh, so we're playtesting this game," and I was like, "Cool." And he goes, "Do you want to know?" And he like showed me a picture. I'm like, "Nope, I'm in." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "The art, I'm in.
Yeah, like the-
I don't care."
like the banner you sent to me, Jamie. Like I showed Abby that, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm in. Like I don't even care
I'm
what
in.
it's about. I'm in."
That's He's like,
Nice.
"Do you want to know?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm good. I'm in. I like it."
That's so cool. Yeah, if we switch back to the game screen, I can show you the little
Yeah.
like, character select screen.
Yeah, I
have
can
for
do
this.
that.
All right. Da-da-da-dum. Oh, right. You're not following. If you the easiest way to travel to a new surface, which are like the different game tables, is if you hit the number in your number row. So if you hit the number 3 in your number row, you can go to the character
Yep.
select screen.
I need
You're
to
gonna
switch
wanna
that. So
zoom out a little
I need to
bit.
get up for that.
And so Dino Corgi asked, "Is can all the chat members get a free screen top copy of Fight Sequence?"
Ooh. So the short answer is yes. This copy of like this online play mod situation thing, this is going to be free to access.
Awesome.
Once I feel like it's basically done, mostly done, done-ish, done, more done.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Olympian, what are you doing? 20 gifted subs. You are insane, my friend. Oh,
my
thank you
God.
so
Causing
much
chaos.
for doing that. Yeah, just causing chaos like he does.
Wow.
Yes, happy September. Thank you so much. So everybody who's got the got emotes now, feel free to spam them in the chat and say thank you to Olympian, because that is amazing.
That's so cool.
Yep. So there's the character select, and I'm already in love. Like it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah, so these like big board things, these are specific for the screen top mod. So that way you can, because when you are traversing between surfaces, you could just pick something up. Like I have Alexandra's board, and then you can teleport to the play zone and you hook it in. But I figured it would be a nice way
cool.
to sort of give players a preview of, what the characters are all about. Here's one of their like action poses, basically. And so when you look at, if you follow me to Surface 2, I have 2 characters set up, ready to go.
All right, get up again, and I will go to Surface 2.
You have to keep moving. Oh, it's so fun.
I did not plan for this.
Oh my God. I kind of want to keep making you get up now.
It's fun.
My
Damn it,
troll
Jamie!
energy is flowing through my veins now.
I did not count on this, but it's all good.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I'm not taking it back now.
Yeah, so this is the last time Jamie Sabriel Flez will be on stream.
Now that you see how much of a chaos gremlin I really am. When
No,
people are
it's-
going through
it's all
their
good.
alignments, like, yeah, I'm lawful good. I'm lawful neutral. I am chaotic chaos. That's
Yeah.
that's the I pick.
Chaotic chaos, I love it. It's so good. No, I don't mind. It's funny.
Oh my God. So yeah, so when you are looking at a character deck, you could see like they have a card back that's specific to them. They all of the art. Oh my God, I did the thing where I had the whole thing. Like all of the art in the deck is of them. And we didn't talk about this yet. One of my favorite things, something that I did very much on purpose, is that the game is very secretly, subtly non-violent. If you take a look at all of the art in the game, at no point ever do you see a second character. There's never a character getting hit,
I love
for example.
that.
Yeah, that's
There
really
are
cool.
sometimes punching bags getting hit, and this like beat up punching bag is a recurring character we ended up making, me and the artist.
Is that
and
kind
then
of a
often-
nod to Smash Bros?
It is a nod to Smash Bros. Yeah, with the
Nice.
sandbag. And for an April Fool's, what I'm planning to do at some point is make releasing a new character, and it's the sandbag getting revenge on all the other characters.
Oh,
I
that
was
would be
just gonna
that's
say,
awesome. I would love
The
to see that.
sandbag would be beautiful.
Yeah, so I once I figure out like how to do that, I'm probably gonna do it the next April Fool's.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, it looks like you got a lot of good stuff coming up for this game, and I'm excited to see how this progresses.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
I'm really excited about it.
All
We're
right, so
working real hard on it.
let's head back up to the top, and before we go, one more time, Jamie, if you want to plug yourself and anything you'd like to, now is your opportunity.
Oh, so many things. I could plug so many things. All right. So as you have heard, Jamie Sabriel Flez, I am in a whole bunch of board game communities, board game worlds. If you want to follow along on fight sequence, progress and stuff, the #1 place to do that is in my Discord server. That is the place where we are all popping. Half the chat's already in there. And if you want to be the other half of chat that joins it, hang out with the cool kids.
Actually, hang
you can
on.
do that.
Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second here.
Oh, should I pass you a link? Would that be easier? Should I do
No,
that thing?
no.
What should I do?
I have just made you a VIP, so you should be able to post it yourself.
Ooh, I'm a VIP. That's so fun and cool. I feel special. All right, give me just one moment. I wasn't prepared for this. All right. So yeah, I'm going to post that link in chat in just a sec. I do technically also have a website. It is under construction. You should be able, if you're on desktop, you can still see the like old page. It feels like it will be under construction for literally ever.
Don't give them power. Dino Corgi.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I have a website. I'm on social media, but I'm still kind of figuring out what my social media and like general internet presence is. So Discord is the place to go. It's too late, Dino Corgi. I already have the power.
There it
Ultimate
is. So yeah, so
power.
if you want to join the Discord, go for it. I'll be switching services now until the end of time. Yeah. Oh, that is too funny.
Oh my god, yeah. I just deleted my Facebook, and it's like, all right, yeah, Facebook, such a great place for organic marketing. I'm like, but what if I hate it? So
yeah, I mean, that is true.
So yeah, so that's the main thing, fight sequence related, that I will plug. I'm hoping that the graphic design, I feel like mere moments away from getting the first draft of the final graphic design and starting to play test that, sending it to reviewers. I have a manufacturer lined up. It's
fantastic.
It's happening.
Oh, that's awesome.
Super exciting. I'm hoping I can get on BackerKit crowdfunding around March or April 2023. Okay. That's the target that we're hoping for right now.
If you're looking for reviewers, nudge nudge, wink wink. I know a guy.
It's Abby, right?
It's me.
Yeah, it's Abby.
It's definitely not Joe. It's me.
It's definitely not me. It's Abby. but yeah, Jamie, thank you for taking the time out to show this to us. This has been absolutely fantastic. You've been a wonderful guest, and I appreciate your time and showing up. So for the rest of the week. Yeah, so for the rest of the week for us, I will be on Amanda Panda's channel on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific. For the Panda and Phantom show, we are going to be playing Star Trek Panic for Star Trek Day. So that's going to be amazing. So check that out over on her channel. And then on Friday, Abby and I will be right back here. We're going to be playing some Hadrian's Wall on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. And then Saturday, really, really excited to be playing and demoing Randy Flynn's new game, To Breeze. If you don't know who Randy Flynn is, he just won the Spiel des Jahres for his game Cascadia. And the publisher wonderfully lent me the prototype, and I'll be playing that. And I will have Casey and Miguel of Brain in a Jar here with me live to play that, and that'll be at noon on Saturday. Abby, you got anything coming up for you, my dear?
Yeah, I'm back on Cult of the Lamb on Thursday because I can't stop playing it. Even if I gotta clean up the poop, I'm still in for it, man.
Knowing nothing about the game, that's just like the best out of context.
Seriously, Jamie, if you have not seen video or watched a play of Cult of the Lamb, like, it is adorable. It's like if Animal Crossing like got crossed with like Cthulhu Realms, and just it's wonderful. You need to check it out.
It's beautiful.
Cthulhu Crossing.
Cthulhu Crossing, except it's got cute animals. Like, you play this lamb who's running a cult, and you literally are getting like other animal cultists into your cult, and it's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
What's so not to love about that?
Yeah,
right.
And,
I was like, I don't know, but I'll try it.
And what time is that tomorrow, Abby?
Thursday at 4:30.
Oh, Thursday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah.
Time.
Time is relevant. Anyway, so that's going to do it for us. Let's see who we can take this party on to. Let's see who we got on.
Who can we raid?
Yes, who can we
Wacky
raid?
is doing Skyrim, and Kentucky Fried Dice is doing, it looks like, BGA Night. And then Rolling with Rock is doing Fall Guys, and that's all I have.
You know, we never get to raid Rock. We're gonna go raid Rock because he is an amazing human being.
He really
we
is.
Love Rolling with Rock. There you are.
And also roll.
Yes.
Exactly.
Together.
All right.
At the same time, at once.
There we go. All right, so we've got the raid started. If you are... no, I did not want to unraid.
I was like, and Joe broke it already.
Twitch is so temperamental sometimes. All right, there we go. So if you are a follower, feel free to use this right over here. And if you are a subscriber, go ahead and copy and paste that right there. Anyway, once again, Jamie, thank you for your time. This has been amazing. Abby definitely needs to get going because I've already kept her like 8 minutes longer than I needed to. So that's going to do it for us. Join us on Friday and Saturday for Hadrian's Wall and To Breeze. And we'll see everybody on the flip side. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.